Welcome back to the Terrace, people. Hope you're all doing good. Gunner Souls, a tight win in the end. But the first thing I want to start with is that refereeing decision that nearly cost you. Have you ever seen a second yellow for something so soft?
No, that was a disgrace. Like, I'm going to put it out there. But the thing is, I agree. Technically, it's a red card. Technically, it is a second yellow. But my only issue is, why didn't Jordan Ayew get sent off earlier? That's my only problem. Is when people call out inconsistencies, there isn't reason to it because there's two different referees, two different games, two different environments. So you get it. You can call out inconsistencies in two different games, but when it's happening in the same game, that's when it's unforgivable. That's when it's like, when is PGMOL or Howard Webb or any of these guys finally going to take responsibility and do the right thing? The guy got sacked last year, and guess what he's doing? He's training the referees this year. It's like, explain it to me. You sack a guy for being incompetent, and now he's the head trainer of referees for the Premier League. No wonder they get abused. No wonder they don't get selected for major tournaments. No wonder no one respects the league for referees. And that's the problem. But saying that, it's a blessing in disguise that red card came. Because I'm going to be honest with you, they were petulant children in that first half. Every bad pass, what you doing? Everyone was complaining at each other, and it was completely different mentality to what I've seen last season. Saka crying at Partey for one bad pass. Rice not getting the ball, crying. Havertz, making a bad pass, someone else is crying. When that red card happened, you saw the unity back in the team. That's why we won the game. If that mentality drug through from this red card, we would have lost this game. Clearly, Arteta said something to them in that halftime, saying to them, you need to work as a team. You guys are playing against each other here. Too much selfishness, too much individual performances wanting, and everyone wanted to be the star. And that's part of the problem that we had. When the red card came, that's when I finally saw Arsenal of last season. That's when I saw finally the working as a team to keep this win going. And that's what I was proud of. But I do want to call out the players for that first half for not working together and actually playing against each other. And I do think the red card came as a blessing. As much as it was disgraceful, it was still a blessing to us.
I hear what you're saying there. Nathan, from your point of view, what did you make of the performance tonight from Arsenal?
I felt we started slowly. I think we're still finding our rhythm. I don't feel like everybody's acclimatized to the way in which we want to play. It's a little bit different to last season. So I think that played a big part in that slow start. I don't think we fully clicked yet, and it's quite not worrying, but it is worrying, and that's in the same time, because obviously we want to. Last season we started like a house on fire, and this season it's a little bit more edgier. But I felt like we saw signs of players growing into the roles. I thought Rice was outstanding today. I think he understands his position as a six more. He was picking up the right spaces. He was filling into the right spaces. He was good in duels. He looked a lot more comfortable pinging balls left, right, and you're seeing that understanding of the role starting to kind of come with a little bit of time on the pitch and with the players. So that was nice to see. I thought Eddie done well. I know he usually gets. He's one of those players that gets criticised and fans get on his back. But I felt like he worked hard. He was a nuisance. He ran the channels. I think the only thing missing for him today was the finish. I think he had two opportunities. One hit the post, and he had the chip, which I felt he should have done better with. But other than that, his overall game and what he contributed to the team and his selflessness is something that you want to see from somebody who's playing for the shirt, and that's what he does. He gives it his all.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from there, and I think what you said there, Arsenal have not clicked into gear yet. Brandon, now I know you're someone that wants to see electric performances. Are you concerned by the level of performances in the last two games, or do you have faith that you're going to get back to your brilliant best of last season in terms of the display as opposed to just the results?
Well, anybody who's not concerned is lying, Terry. Simple as that. You cannot drop these two performances against Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace and not be concerned. They're two of the lower teams in the league, right? They're going to finish mid-table to lower end of the table. When we come up against better teams and we play like that, we're done for. Crystal Palace created numerous of chances today, even before we went down to 10 men. And if they actually had somebody who could finish, we would have been in trouble today. And a lot of it is down to the manager, because he wants to experiment. He wants to bring Thomas Partey at right back and all of this, that, and the other. Just simplify it, Arteta. Yeah. Ben White was one of the best right backs in the league last season, if not the best right back in the league last season. Play him at right back. Play Thomas Partey in the midfield with Declan Rice. What's all this experimental rubbish? You're not Pep. You're never going to be Pep. Even if you shaved your head, you wouldn't be Pep. Yeah? So just do what you was doing last season that was working for us. I don't understand all of this rubbish. Yeah? Doesn't make no sense to me. Why is Gabriel on the bench? Unless he's leaving, right? There is no reason why Gabriel should be on the bench. Because last season, again, him and Saliba was arguably the best defensive partnership in the league when both of them were fit. What is all of this? Kai Havertz again today. What did he do today? Somebody tell me. Everybody likes to tell me about how he makes great runs off the ball. Guess what? Danny Welbeck makes great runs off the ball. That doesn't mean he's a great player, does it? At the end of the day, for £65 million, you want to see end product. You want to see what he's actually offering to the team. Eddie Nketiah, my man up there, said he worked hard today. He worked hard, yeah. But the difference between Manchester City and Arsenal, the team that we're trying to catch, by the way, is if that's Erling Haaland, he scores twice today. Eddie Nketiah doesn't finish his chances. And this is where the problem lies. And I'm not just calling out the regular players, because I thought Saka had a poor game today. I thought Martinelli was dreadful today. So, he's got to work this out. But if we continue to play this system with Partey at right back, inverting into the midfield, and that, we will get exposed. Against better teams, we will get exposed.
But we're not going to play this against the big team. That's the reality, though. We know what Arteta's doing. There's a reason why he's doing this.
Mate, how do you know that? How do you know that?
Okay, he's not going to do Partey against the big teams. We know that. That's a guaranteed fact. I can
tell you know we've got one of the most stubbornest managers in the Premier League.
He's stubborn, but he's not an idiot. There's a difference.
He is.
Yeah, he's going to play right. Watch it. United is our next big game. Ben White will be the right back. Gabriel will be back in this team. Zinchenko will be back in this team. The reality is Arteta's using the lower teams to experiment. He knows we're going to dominate the ball. He knows we're going to dominate the game. So he's going to do it to bring Partey in to experiment. He knows Tomiyasu's playing, so he has to invert one of his fullbacks. That's what he likes to do. You've got to understand the system before criticizing him. Yes, it's not been two good performances, but we know this isn't the 11 he's going to go with. We know that Nketiah, the reason why he plays Nketiah is because he knows if he has to bring him on because Trossard isn't working, jack shit is going to happen. Eddie Nketiah off the bench does zilch. Trossard off the bench will offer you more as a game changer than Eddie Nketiah will. Because the reality is Trossard starts, Eddie Nketiah comes on, you'll still be crying that no one's there the bench looks shit, this looks shit. So Arteta's trying to make a solution. Yes, he needs to bring players in. Yes, he's had enough windows to bring people in. But the reality is you've got to look at your squad and go, what's the best way to utilize these players? What's the best way I'm going to utilize my squad? Who are the better game changers statistically? Who starts better? And that's what he's doing. He's making what he can of the situation.
And just while we're on the squad, point here, what cost Arsenal the league title last season?
Saliba getting injured.
Not even just that, Sauls, right?
Conceding goals.
That played a part. Conceding goals, right? Timber's out injured. Tierney's leaving the football club. We've got the same defensive structure as what we had last season. So what makes anybody think that we can go and win the league title this season with the same players that we had when we?
That's a good question. I'm going to go to D on this one. What are you saying, bro? What you saying to that direct question? Like, because Timber's now out injured, does that mean even with the signings of the signings of Raya and of course Rice, there's no chance you win in the league? Are you as panicked as Brandon about these first two performances?
There's too many guys in this panel that are glass half empty. It's crazy. We're one of three clubs that have got maximum points, and I don't understand the negativity in this panel. We were so comfortable before that red card Tomiyasu was literally the wrong player in the wrong time. It wasn't his fault that he basically got set up for that first yellow card because Havertz took his time, gave him the ball, and then he got the yellow card. The second one was soft.
George,
But one second.
Sorry. When you say comfortable, what do you mean by that? Do you mean in terms of possession?
After the first 65 minutes, what did Crystal Palace offer? Well, we as a club now, one second. We as a club now, okay, we are respected by rival clubs. Crystal Palace sat back the first half. The whole of the first half they sat back. When were they doing that for the past 10 years against us? Okay,
how many
the first half. I know, but 1 second. We as a club right now, we're gonna have to break teams down more often because they respect us more. They know our threats going up front. Okay, Crystal Palace sat back against us. Nottingham Forest sat back against us. Every team's gonna do that against us except for City, and I'll probably say Liverpool, because I think we're the second best team in Europe. So if you're gonna become gonna be a person that's gonna be a glass half empty, then we're not gonna go anywhere as a club because we've got maximum points. Eddie Nketiah got us that penalty. Okay, Odegaard scored that penalty, and with 10 men, previous seasons when we had 10 men, we would be getting absolutely battered. But what did Crystal Palace offer when we had 10 men? Ramsey made, I think, one save the whole second half. So come on, man. I think we have to be positive. We're going the right direction, okay? And Partey, I understand why Partey is playing right back because we don't have Zinchenko, okay? Timber's injured, so that left side, we can't play Kiwior, we can't play Gabriel. We need someone on the right hand side to go into midfield to dictate the game because Crystal Palace sat back the whole game. We're going to play a back four against a team that's going to sit the whole game. There's no reason to have a back four against them. So I'm happy. We've got the maximum points. We're going to next game. We've got another clean sheet. Saliba was world class today again. So I've got no complaints going to next coming games.
I hear you, bro.